Welcome back, Caistrology family, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Cailin, and on my channel I post monthly horoscope videos, monthly tarot pick-a-card predictions, and content related to spirituality and occult knowledge. So if this is the kind of content that you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. As for this month, for November 2020, it is wild, guys. We've got 3 planets that are finally turning direct. We've got Jupiter and Pluto forming their 3rd and final conjunction in the sign of Capricorn. And we've also got a full moon eclipse at the end of the month. So guys, if you're only going to watch one video today, please watch for your ascendant sign, and you can certainly watch for your sun and moon signs as well. But without further ado, let's just dive straight in. Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon and Risings. Welcome to your November 2020 horoscope. Your ruling planet Mercury is finally direct in the sign of Libra in your 2nd house. And that means that any issues or complications that you've had regarding your pay or your valuables or possessions will finally be straightened out. On another level, if you have been questioning your own self-worth and value, you'll finally have a boost in confidence, which is awesome. We've also got Venus transiting your 2nd house, which means that your finances could see an improvement, and you could actually treat yourself to some kind of big purchase that you've been considering. And I know you Virgos, you consider everything very carefully, so you should definitely treat yourselves this month. On the 10th of November, Mercury will enter the sign of Scorpio, which means that it will be transiting your 3rd house. Now, for a little bit of the retrograde period, Mercury was retrograde in the sign of Scorpio before it went back into Libra. So you might have actually had disagreements or misunderstandings with your siblings, cousins, friends, or even people that you work with. Thankfully, these disagreements can be ironed out and you can finally clear the air. On another level, you might have had delays or issues with team projects that you've been working on, or in another capacity, it might have just been impacting your daily business transactions, especially if you work in media, communications, if you're a writer. The whole last 3 weeks of the retrograde period would have just thrown a spanner in the works, but fortunately you won't be having issues in those areas anymore for the time being. Now on the 12th of November, we're seeing the 3rd and final conjunction between Jupiter and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, and this is occurring in your 5th house. So Virgos, every time we see Jupiter and Pluto conjunct, some kind of crisis occurs. And these conjunctions are 12 to 13 years apart. Now in the 5th house, from around the time of April, you might have had some kind of crisis or issues regarding your children, if you have children. So it might have been with your firstborn child or your children in general, or it could have even have been that you've been trying to fall pregnant and that's been a huge struggle, especially since around early April. Now, if it's not in relation to children, it might be to do with your passions, your hobbies. You might be actually trying to turn one of your passions into a business. So businesses are shown by the 5th house in astrology because it's something that we create. So if you're a sole trader, it's your own business, then that could have been some kind of crisis, or not even a crisis. It could have just been something that you've been working on in earnest from April. And on another level, it could be a creative project. So if you're an artist, if you are an athlete, a dancer, a politician, if you are working in the arts and you've been working hard on some kind of creative project, especially from around the time of April, it's probably ready or very close to being ready to being released out into the universe, which is awesome. Congratulations for you guys. Now this conjunction, because it's been squaring the second house and it's also been squaring the 8th house, it has put pressure on these areas. So since April, you might have had some kind of pressure on your financial income, especially if you're in the in-between stages of saying goodbye to your full-time job and you're getting ready to launch your business. Maybe you've had to take a pay cut. In any case, it might have just been affecting your self-confidence and your self-worth. If things have been taking longer than you thought to get off the ground, then of course this can always be a knock to your confidence. If it's regarding falling pregnant, then that's going to affect how you feel emotionally about yourself. Whatever it is, Virgo, there's just been some kind of intense pressure which has been born from the 5th house, and that's been thrust onto the 2nd house because it's a 90-degree aspect, which is a tense, frustrating aspect. Now, on the other side of the coin, this 90-degree square is also occurring in your 8th house. So this could have been posing some kind of psychological issues that you might have had to work through in therapy. You might have had a psychological breakthrough, which has allowed you to progress with your creative work or project or business. On another level, it could just be that, you're seeing an increase in your mutual resources, whether that's with your life partner, business partner, or maybe even, it might even be that you're starting to see earnings from your new business, and you're seeing those earnings from your clients. And that's also having a boost on your independent financial income. The bottom line, Virgo, is that whatever you've been going through from April through to now in November, you are going to see positive, tangible results. Whatever issues you've been experiencing, they are going to be rectified, and you are going to see an upward swing in your good fortune and luck and everything that you've been working on achieving. So that's awesome. Props to you guys. Now, on the 14th of November, Mars will finally be direct in your 8th house. Mars has been retrograde there since the beginning of September. So once again, problem-solving abilities with regard to your mutual resources will finally come through. You might have this psychological breakthrough if you're working with a psychologist, therapist. It could even be that you're consulting an astrologer or a tarot reader, or anyone represented by the umbrella term the occult. On another level, with Mars being direct in your 8th house, if you are a surgeon, if you work in emergency services in any capacity, or if you work with other people's money, so you could be an accountant, an investor, a financial planner for other people, whatever it is, things are starting to look up for you guys in this work domain, because whenever Mars is retrograde, it brings challenges and obstacles. Now that it's direct, those obstacles can be removed and your way forward is clear. On the 15th of November, we have a new moon in Scorpio, and this will be in your 3rd house. So new moons equal new beginnings, and the fact that it's in a wide conjunction with Mercury at 5 degrees, the new moon's at 23 degrees, and it's in a wide opposition with Uranus at 8 degrees, means that you could see some kind of unexpected development. So whatever this new beginning is, Virgo, it's come a little bit out of left field, but it is a positive new development. Now, the fact that it's in your 3rd house, it could be that your online business sales improve. If you work in sales, media, marketing, or you're a writer, these areas will improve for you as well. So work will improve. Let's just say that you work in media, or you might be a radio host, and all of a sudden you have an unexpected celebrity or guest on board, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I landed this gig or landed this client. It could be, it could manifest in that way, or it could be a new development in the life of your younger siblings, in particular your immediate younger sibling, because that is represented by the third house. On a totally different note, it could be that you have a new relationship start with as in a friendship or a business relationship. You could even be a part of some new friendship group or group at work. So maybe it's your business team, and you guys form a little clique and you all get together and go for after work drinks, and it's just a nice unexpected gathering of sorts. Now on the 20th of November, Venus will enter the sign of Scorpio, and that means it will transit your third house. So everything that I just mentioned before regarding the new beginning, it will have a beneficial result. It will be a situation that comes naturally and easily to you and without much effort, and whatever it is, Virgo, it will certainly be enjoyable. On another level, it could just be that you're enjoying time with your siblings, cousins, or your friends. Now on the 20th of November, we will also see the sun change signs into Sagittarius, which means that the sun will transit your fourth house. Now Virgo, the sun changes signs every single month. So basically that's what we will call Sagittarius season, and wherever the sun is transiting in your chart, you will see an intense focus on the area that house covers. With regard to the fourth house, this means there's a lot of focus on your home. Maybe you're doing home renovations. Maybe you have repair people coming. It doesn't have to be a renovation. It could be something new entirely. You could be changing something up, redecorating a room. There could be a breakdown that you have to get someone to come and attend to. It could be that you are focusing on where you're currently living and you are reevaluating whether you still want to live here. Maybe you are discussing with your flatmate or your partner, your spouse or whatever, relocating. You might want to purchase new property, rent out properties that you currently have, or move back into existing rentals. It doesn't have to be about owning property. Even if you are currently renting, you might be in the middle of changing residences. I'm sure, Virgo, for a lot of you, where you currently live right now is something that you are thinking about all the time and talking about all the time, and you're trying to make a plan on how you should be moving forwards. Now, on a totally different note, it could be that there's a lot of attention and focus on your immediate family, whether that's with your parents. It could actually be more specifically with your mother. There's some sort of thing going on with your family where you are focusing your attention onto them. Now, on the 29th of November, we will see Neptune be direct in Pisces, and that will be in your 7th house, which is the relationship partnership house. Now, Virgo, Neptune spends 5 months of every year being retrograde, so it's not a huge thing. I just thought I'd mention it because I like having planets be direct, and I'm sure that everyone does as well, because it means that things just move in a more clear and direct manner. Having said that, Neptune is a very indirect and hard to pin down planet. So the energy that Neptune casts is often one of haziness, confusion, fogginess. But now that Neptune is direct, any kind of confusion that there's been surrounding your relationships, whether that is your life partner, your business partner, or even one-on-one client relationships or one-on-one friends, these doubts that you might have been having over the last few months will finally be clearing. And that's not to say that everything is either going to go right or it's going to go wrong. It's simply more to the point, you simply have clarity surrounding how you view these relationships and what they are bringing to the table for you. Now, lastly, Virgo, on the 30th of November, we have a full moon eclipse at 8 degrees of Gemini, and that is in your 10th house. This is the most visible part of your entire horoscope. And with the full moon eclipse being in your 10th house, which is the house of career, your public reputation, your vocation, and basically how the world sees you, you are going to have some kind of achievement, promotion, or advancement in your career, which is amazing for you guys. Actually, it's a pretty huge month for you guys, Virgo. But in any case, eclipses bring about events that are fated in nature, and we see the culmination of these within 3 to 6 months from the date of the eclipse, which once again is the 30th of November. So if you've been working really hard on being promoted at work, or if you've been wanting to get to the next level, it doesn't necessarily need to be a promotion which has a fiscal connotation, Virgo. You might not be getting a bonus with it. It could be that you receive a new title at work. It could be that you are getting a lot of recognition by your superiors, by your bosses, upper management, whoever it is that's above you in the workplace. You're very visible to them right now. So again, congratulations to you guys. Now, on a totally different level, for some of you, you might actually be making the change from working in an industry or organization to working for yourself, okay, being your own boss, or even it could even be a career change in its entirety. So congratulations again, Virgo. I'd love to hear from you guys about how this full moon eclipse impacts your career and your public reputation, because there's a huge shift happening for you guys this month. So that's all I have for you guys, Virgo. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my channel. I do offer personalized tarot readings and astrology readings, so I'll leave some links in the description, but you can also head to Caistrology.com. Otherwise, Virgo, please enjoy your month ahead, and I will see you guys next time.